on what's still the big breaking news of the morning. Ian slowly moving north across Florida after hitting the state as a Category 4 storm. Ian was downgraded to a tropical storm just about 2 hours ago, but it is holding together and, of course, still causing major issues.
All right, let's take you out live to Jacksonville. It is one of the areas starting to see strong wind and heavy rain as the storm moves north. We are getting new video of the conditions worsening overnight. Strong wind whipping trees and rising water in Jacksonville. Further south of there, new video shows water looking more like a river through downtown St. Augustine. Authorities there are very concerned about potential problems as people wake up this morning and try to get out on the roads.
Ian made landfall much further south near Cayo Costa. The storm packed 150-mile-per-hour winds, making it one of the most powerful hurricanes ever to hit the United States. And moments ago, President Biden did approve a major disaster declaration for the state of Florida. Meanwhile, the mayor of Fort Myers says about 96% of the city is without power. And those are just some of the more than 2.5 million Floridians who do not have power right now, according to poweroutage.us. Now, in many areas, rescue efforts haven't even started because of the conditions.
High water mixed with debris is making it extremely difficult for rescuers. You can see just how horrific conditions are in this video taken in Naples. A woman was trapped in her car when firefighters arrived and smashed a window to get her out. Facing life or death situations, others can't wait for rescuers to arrive. In Bonita Springs, a group of bystanders rushed in to help a man who was trapped in surging waters. The door was sealed shut, so they pried it open and carried that man to safety. This is just the first of many more rescues to come.
See there, the images coming out of Florida are very hard to see. Now teams from the American Red Cross are preparing to head that way to help. Ugochi Loka is live for us this morning at the American Red Cross headquarters here in Houston. Ugochi.
Hey, Steph, good morning. In just a few hours, we know responders will be meeting at this Red Cross location off of the Southwest Freeway to drive down to help those in Florida. And they could use all the assistance they can get right now as we continue to see more dangerous conditions really move on in. Take a look at these powerful images. In Fort Myers, homes were knocked off their foundations by strong floodwaters, and roads look like rivers with boats gliding through the streets. In Naples, more waterways were seen, and in Fort Myers, windows were busted out in buildings. The ruthless winds and water even forced out our CBS affiliate, Wink TV, in Fort Myers off the air as news crews evacuated. In Tampa, chickens were brought indoors for safety, and even one man was seen riding his bike in the bay. First responders like this fire station in Naples have been flooded out. But help is on standby by Texas A&M Task Force 1. They say they are ready to help with search and rescue while deployed there. Yeah, and back out here live as you were watching that story, a Red Cross, American Red Cross disaster relief truck just pulled up. You see it here. They are getting ready to head on down there. Now we're still waiting to hear from authorities down in Florida to see if there is some sort of death toll. Hopefully that is not the case. But one thing's for sure, here in Texas, we are thinking of them down in Florida and wishing them all the best. Kimberly?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Ugochi Iloka live for us this morning. Thank you. We are seeing more dramatic images from this catastrophic storm. That includes this satellite video showing Ian's landfall as a Category 4 hurricane. And a lot of the information we know about the storm's strength comes from the hurricane hunters. That includes our very own meteorologist Cheetah Craft, who flew into Ian while it approached Florida's coast yesterday. Cheetah, welcome back. Good to see you safe on the ground.
Hey, yes, good morning, good morning. I'm live in Biloxi, Mississippi, just right around the corner from Keesler Air Force Base. And just like you said, yesterday I was on board that WC-130J and flying with the hurricane hunters. I could see them use an instrument called a dropson that actually gets those wind speeds back when you were talking about those max sustained winds at 155 miles per hour. Don't forget, if they were recorded at 157, we would have had a Category 5 on our hands. But as I was seeing that, I really learned the technology and how much everyone works together. In fact, while on flight, that wasn't the only instrument that was used. Early Wednesday morning, we boarded this WC-130J. The 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron and the U.S. Naval Academy on the same flight, 2 separate missions. This is an airborne expendable bathy thermograph. It's used by a group from the U.S. Naval Academy that then pushes that into a launcher. Through this launcher, it can go down as low as 800 meters into the ocean. It has a radio inside that then signals back the water temperature inside a plane. 2 different instruments on this flight that help gather data for tropical systems.
The drop zones, they get a profile of the atmosphere from where we drop them on the plane down to the surface of the ocean.
Christina Peretta is an in-flight meteorologist who's in constant coordination with the National Hurricane Center.
There's actually a few messages from them right now. We have a SATCOM system that we can message back and forth with them. And we're really looking at those surface winds because when the National Hurricane Center puts out their warnings and advisories, that's what the strength of the storm is based on, is winds to surface.
When hurricane hunters fly in these storms, the information they collect is invaluable. The track from the Hurricane Center can change, which means evacuations change, which saves lives.
I think that's probably one of the most rewarding parts of the job, is that we know that we're out here doing something that's going to make an impact on potentially millions of people.
And it really does. In fact, the information that the Naval Academy collected and along with the hurricane hunters yesterday, not only is it used for real-time forecasting, but it's going to be able to be used for research for years down the road to understand how landfalling tropical systems interact with water temperature, and then of course humidity, pressure, wind, temperature, all of those things come together. So I got to see all of that while I was on board that WC-130J yesterday with the hurricane hunters. We'll have more out here live in Biloxi. I'll send it over to you.